Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Jacob, and my channel is more of a spiritual slash paranormal channel. I do have different content between the paranormal and spiritual wise, and so today's video is actually a paranormal video. It's actually a two-part video. The first part will be me telling you a little bit of weird things that have been going on in the house that I'm living in, and then the second part will be me redoing another spirit box session in my room. So let's get into today's video. If you do like this video, please give me a thumbs up and let me know in the comment sections if there are other video ideas that you want me to do. But so, like I said, today's video is actually going to be me telling you the weird things that have been happening in the house that I live in. I am roommating with my cousin and her girlfriend, and I would say these events were actually really recent. They happened last night into more of this morning. So last night, my roommate and her girlfriend decided to come downstairs in the basement, and we were hanging out watching TV. And I lit two candles. I have the first one lit in front of me. It's just a regular blue candle with a lot of scruffs around it. I have no idea what any of that is. I think that's candle wax. That I just burn it just to burn it. And then I have a scented candle, which is over there on the other side of the room, so I'm not going to go get it. But I lit both of them last night. And I had them burning for a little bit. And my roommate has like a weird thing about candles. She doesn't like them being left over, burning overnight, because she has a fear that, it'll catch on fire and her house will catch on fire. So when she left, she did tell me to blow out the candles. So I stayed up for a little bit. I recorded some videos, and I remember before I went to sleep that I went to blow out my blue candle, and I had my scented candle right next to it. And I remember looking at my scented candle and there only being two wicks burning. One of them went out by itself, I guess. And so I recorded my videos, and then I went to go watch a little bit of the TV. And then I remember getting up, and I remember blowing out this candle. This candle I do remember blowing out. I like assumed that I blew out the other candle. I don't know if I did or if I didn't. I try to rationalize it. I could have probably forgot and only blew out one of the candles, but I do remember that I did something with my scented candle, because that's when I found out that only two of the wicks were still burning instead of all three of them. So I presume that I did blow out it. Like, I believe I blew it out, but I'm not 100% positive. So I remember, blowing out my blue candle, and I'm pretty sure I blew out my scented candle, turned the TV off, turned the lights off, and then usually I leave my lights on. I leave it on a setting where it flashes. I don't know why, I just like that setting. I woke up this morning, because this happened last night. And then I woke up this morning, and my roommate didn't tell me nothing about it. And then later on in the day, she was like, "Oh yeah, next time please blow out your candle. I don't like the candles burning." And then she continued to tell me again how she thinks that, how she fears that it may catch your house on fire. So I told her that I blew out my candles, and she told me no. When I walked into your room, the scented one was still burning, and she was like, all three of them were still lit. At that time, I was like, wait a minute, no, that's wrong. I told her I believe that I blew them out, but only two of the wicks were burning. And she said, no, when I came into your room, all three of them were still lit. I had to blow out all three of them. So I looked at her and I told her, well, last night when I looked at the candle, when I remember blowing out the blue candle, that only two of the wicks were still burning. One of them went out by itself. It wasn't burning anymore. And she said no when, like, me and her were talking about it, and she kept telling me no when she came downstairs that all three of them were still lit. So, I tried to rationalize. I was like, well, did your daughter come in here? And because her daughter comes in my room, I was like, did your daughter come in here and, maybe light my candle or something? And she was like, no, she didn't. She would have no reason to come in here. So that was the first weird thing. I thought it was weird because when I looked at the candle, like, for 100% fact, I know that only 2 of the wicks were burning. Now, me blowing it out, maybe I didn't. I'm not 100% sure. But I don't know how the 3rd wick caught back on fire when I looked at it, that's how I know that maybe I blew it out, because I remember looking at it and being like, well, that's weird. Only 2 of them are burning. Like, they were all perfectly fine. I was like, well, like, why isn't that one burning? Like, that's weird. The second weird thing that happened was that usually when my roommates, because we do spend a lot of time down in my room, we watch TV together and everything, when they leave to go upstairs to go to their bedroom, they usually turn the light off that goes to the basement. Now, my room is enclosed, and then there's a door, which you'll see in my Bloody Mary video. This one is posted before that one. My door, usually have it closed. I don't come out of my room at night most of the time, because usually the washroom's upstairs, so if I have to use the washroom, I'll wait till the morning. But I remember, and even in my Bloody Mary video, I questioned because the light was on. So I thought it was weird because usually when they go upstairs, they turn the light off, and under, like, where my door is, you can see a little bit under the door, and you can see the light shining through. And in my Bloody Mary video, I'm like looking under the door because the light's on. Like, I'm making mental note that they didn't turn the light off, which was weird because usually they turn the light off before they go to bed. So after she told me about the candle, I was like, because usually they turn it off to save energy because I don't leave my room. I said, did you guys know you guys left the light on in the basement? Because I can't turn it off personally. Like, I would have to walk up the stairs, go into their kitchen, and turn the light off. And I don't like walking up the stairs because the stairs are kind of loud. So I was like, you guys left the light on. And she looked at me and she said, no, Dolores, which is her girlfriend, she was like, Dolores turned them off. And I was like, no, the light was still on. Like, in one of my videos, I'm questioning that the light's on because usually you guys turn it off and the light was still on. And she looked at me and she said, no, she turned the light off, and I came back to make sure that the light was off, and when I checked it, it was off. And so, like, I told her, I was like, well, it wasn't off, and, like, in my video, you can, you can hear that I'm kind of puzzled because the light's on, because they usually turn it off. And I do remember before I recorded my video, or after I recorded my video, I opened my door and the light was still on. Like, I had to check to make sure, like, maybe it wasn't like something, my light reflecting out there or something. Like, I was trying to rationalize it. And when I opened my door, I noticed that the lights were still on. And so it kind of puzzled me because they usually turn it off, and it puzzled her too because she said that she went to double check it and the switch was off. The light should have been off. And so those are the really only 2 weird things that have been going on around the house. And I decided to make a second video. I wanted to make a first video explaining the weird things and why I decided to do it at the spirit box session. And so the second video to this video will be my spirit box session again, to see maybe if I pick up on a spirit and ask them if they lit my candle. So stay tuned for that video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you do have any ideas for future content, let me know in the comment section down below. As for now, that's it. Bye, guys.